guys, it's Cooking with Nathan. This is
Connie Perignon.
And she's gonna cook chicken tandoori. I believe I'm saying that right, and also we're gonna try our best. This is not my area of expertise, but it is hers.
No,
so
it's not.
She is
Do
apparently
not set me up.
She's apparently an amazing chef.
Oh, man.
That I think this is gonna work out great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't lose a fingernail, but we're gonna try our best.
This is?
I do them myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you scratch my head?
Wait, but I just washed my hands.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And also,
I'll do it later.
Yeah, please do, please do. And thank you, Judy, for being the #1 sponsor of this show. You are amazing. You are awesome. God bless you.
We love Judy.
We love Judy. So first off, what we're gonna do?
Okay.
Get this bowl, and we are going to make the sauce. And here's the thing that I was gonna see how you do with.
Okay.
I need you to chop up. Actually, no, we don't.
Oh, that's pre-packaged.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I've broken up so many garlic cloves in my time. It's like I hate doing it. I just hate fucking doing it, you know? But I just realized something, because this is the one thing I was worried about with your nails and how you're doing it. But we have a garlic smasher.
I know how to chop garlic.
I'm not. No. That wasn't.
Come on, I'm Asian.
Listen, that wasn't saying you couldn't do it.
But wait, do you buy these prepackaged?
Yeah, I just buy them.
Oh.
Look at you. It's not that much to buy. Like you buy it and it has like 7 of them in there.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So I'm like, why don't you do that? So you can cut them, or you can just break off chunks and stick them in there.
Okay, but did you hear? I have terrible knife etiquette.
Yeah,
It's like a funny thing. I stab myself all the time.
Please don't. So far, we've only actually had one person cut their hand, but I have had people come on the show and they're just like this, whatever. And I'm just like,
Oh no.
you're at my house, stop. Fucking don't do it.
Oh no, workers' comp.
I only need like 5.
Okay. Oh.
No worries, I'll do it.
I'm stressed out already.
Don't be stressed, it's okay. It's okay.
I feel like that's like too little garlic. No.
Well, no, because this is for a marinade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How fine do we need?
A pretty good chopping on that.
Okay.
I'd say with this one, if you slice this one in half, that'll probably be good.
So what's really funny is that all my friends know me for not cooking at all. So everybody who does know me is probably like, her?
Yeah.
But it's fine. We're learning skills. We're growing.
We're doing things.
We're
We're adulting right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
It's very millennial of you to say. The ick.
The grossness of adulting.
Adulting or like doing a thing.
Doing stuff, guys.
Did a thing.
So, how long have you been doing this now? Or let me rephrase this. Would you
what-
explain what you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do? What are you known for in this world?
Having big titties. No.
Would have never guessed that one.
Yay!
God, those are so fucking massive.
I know, right? They have so much like gravitational pull, actually.
How much do they weigh?
I've been told around like 10 pounds.
So-
Here, you can.
So like 10 pounds each or 10?
No, together.
God, those feel great. Wow.
But it
nice.
feels like 8 to 10 pounds probably
Yeah,
between the two.
That's about 8, 10, yeah, somewhere in
Yeah.
there. That's nice.
Yeah. So I was told that the implant was only going to be 3 each, but I had titty meat before.
Okay.
So I think that brings
helped.
the weight up.
I met a girl one time on set who had 18 pound titties together.
Wow.
And it was crazy because like the skin, you could feel like the skin, it was like feeling like right above a bone, you know, it's really thin. And it was like that all the time. So I felt like I had to hold them the whole time because I kept feeling
Did they look like they were going to rupture? I hate when
they
they
were
look
just
like that.
big. They're massive.
Yeah.
I was like, this is.
I
Yeah.
love a big fake titty.
Well, now, have you seen Samantha Mack?
She sounds familiar.
Big old fake titties on her.
Probably. It was so funny because like I kind of had big titties before.
Okay.
And it wasn't really, I would say I'm an ass guy. And after I got implants, I became like a boob guy.
Okay.
You know, but like specifically big fake titties.
Gotcha.
Like fake ones, really round, perfect, like porno titties. Like
So you're more of a bimbo
I
kind of
like girls
big.
that look like me.
Okay. Gotcha.
Big tits, big ass, you know.
I get you.
Yeah.
Where is the things I need? Can you get the ginger?
Oh, yes. But like, do I have to get the skin off?
Yeah.
No? Okay. But you want this fine as well?
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, where were we?
So
What
talking
do I
about
do?
what do you
What
do?
do I do?
I mean, I think that kind of clarifies a lot of that stuff.
Being known for having big tits.
Yeah.
I am a jack of all trades.
Oh, okay.
I'm a former marketer, so I come from a marketing background. And I have a fashion background as well.
Okay.
And then I became an escort, did that for many years. And then I got into porn a year ago. Jules Jordan slid in my DMs, and that kind of was it. So that's what I do.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So I
Yeah.
mean, so you've done a lot for Jules Jordan then?
Yeah, so I think the most I've shot for is for Jules and for Brazzers.
Okay. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. You definitely have the Brazzer look.
Everybody says that. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but I guess it's tattoos and big titties.
It's the same thing with like when they do their faces. If you
Yeah.
have that vibe about you, so I think for a female, I think it sells a little bit more.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Speaking of that, we forgot to take pictures and do the video beforehand. So, yeah,
Okay. Are we good?
let's do a little bit more of a fine shop on that.
Okay.
I know. Luckily, this is I think one of the only things you gotta really chop.
Okay.
Yeah. What's really gonna be a problem for you is when we have to fuck with that dough.
Okay. It's really putting me through the gauntlet. We're getting through it. Look at my awful chopping skills.
You're doing great. Just keep going. Keep going.
No, you're trying to keep me sedated. You're like, keep going.
Just keep going. I believe in you. This is amazing. No, this has been the nice part about doing this is getting to
Having someone else prep your...
No, because I honestly I hate eating other people's food. I love eating my food.
Okay.
But no, it's nice being able to do something with somebody that's not sex.
Right.
And actually get to know someone on a deeper level, because when you're doing this, you feel like the pressure, and you're actually bringing up a little bit more of an honesty as you're going.
It's like that show with...
The Hot Ones?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And you'll see some people, they kind of break under the pressure a little more than others,
Yeah,
which I always
yeah.
find very interesting. I'm like, why, dude? It's like, we're just here chilling. It's a good time. It's fine.
Well, luckily, I always talk about being a caricature of a real person.
Yeah.
So I'm very used to being ridiculous.
Yeah, see, and
And making fun of myself.
there you go. That's all we ask for. Well,
Okay, how are we here?
I think that looks great.
Yay, she passed.
Let's dump all that into here.
Okay. How? Do I pick it up?
May I suggest? So I would go here,
Okay.
dump it right in there.
Okay. I was about to slide off the side of the table.
I've done that too. You know,
But
whatever
like,
gets it
it's
in.
not all the way to the edge.
You just move it in. All right. So you put the knife down. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice, chunk about that
Okay.
chunk off, and then we're gonna squeeze it in there.
Just half?
Yeah. Squeeze a good portion of that lemon juice in there.
Do I have to like de-seed it?
Nah.
Okay.
It's a marinade.
Oh, what does that mean?
We're gonna put the chicken in it. So the chicken sits in there for a while, and then we actually cook the chicken. That's good.
So it doesn't like you're gonna take it out of the sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just something the chicken sits in for a little bit. Oh, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yay. Do I stir? Oh. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So there's that. There's that stir.
Whisk.
And so as you stir, I'm gonna start dumping stuff in there.
Oh, yay.
Sound good? A little paprika. You know what's funny about
Did you
this?
say pre-cum?
Paprika?
Oh.
Well, no, I've been pre-cumming all day.
Just leaking.
Just
He's
leaking out.
We should get that checked
Hey,
out.
you know that might just be chlamydia, right?
Right? It's a little drip. It's crazy how you're just eyeballing things.
Yeah, I don't measure.
To have this as a skill. Every time I cook, I end up not eating my own food. Because it takes too long. It takes too long, I've made too much of a mess, and then it's usually like slightly bootleg.
Yeah.
So why would I would rather pay a professional to make the thing for me.
Well, you're doing pretty good so far.
Well, so far all I've done is cut and stir
Yeah, I know.
and squeeze a half of a lemon.
And you did so good.
If I can't do that, then, you know, survival skills.
Just gone to shit.
Yeah. Truly made for the iPhone generation.
You want to know what's weird about this particular dish?
What?
Apparently, traditionally, at least what I've watched a whole bunch of videos on this. Everyone's like, you sometimes put a little red dye in there to make it more red.
That makes sense.
And I was like, what? Really?
Are we doing that, or
Oh,
are
yeah.
we keeping it? Okay. That makes sense. Wait, so like, have you made this before, or is this just?
Well, if you
An
wait
idea.
till, oh, one second, where's that fucking, there it is. Kind of. Yes, no,
Okay.
kind of. Beep, beep.
How does that work?
What?
I asked you, have you made this before, and you said kinda.
Well,
What does that mean?
So the way this show works, in order for us to be able to do it and actually stay on time and actually make everything go
You
fast.
have to trial it.
Well, no, you do this. So that's the chicken that's been sitting in that.
Oh, we're cheating.
Cheating.
Yes.
Cheating's a strong word. Let's
Oops,
back
movie
around from that,
secrets.
huh? I like to call it Martha Stewarting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like this pink is not. This color is not right.
Well, once you put it on
Marinade.
the grill, yeah, marinade,
Marinade.
because it looks the same on there.
I'm forgetting the point. Marinade. Marinade. We're making a marinade.
Now,
Is this good enough?
yeah, looks great.
Okay.
Looks great. Need to put a little vegetable oil in there, but besides that,
This
we're good.
actually, I don't know if you guys can see this.
How's it
This
smell?
looks like the pink sauce. Do you know about the pink sauce
No.
thing? So like, there was like this thing, it went viral on TikTok because this woman was making some sort of, like, I think it's supposed to be like buffalo sauce, but it was pink. And it was like marketed as like the pink sauce. And what makes it pink apparently is like dragon fruit juice or something like that.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But it was like this whole thing because it was just this woman who was selling this pink sauce, but shipping it all over the world, and like you can't just make sauce like that.
No,
and,
you
like,
ne-
charge money for it.
Yeah.
So like all this controversy because the nutritional facts like didn't add up. You know,
Oh,
it said it
she
had,
just put a
like,
bunch of shit on there.
Yeah, it said it had like 300 servings, and it's like what? Like nothing made sense. And then every bottle was a different like color, because people were like, is this molding?
Is it good at least?
So what was crazy? Everyone's like freaking out
Yeah.
and being like, okay, well if you're buying sauce off of a woman on TikTok, perhaps you deserve food poisoning, you know?
Was anyone getting food poisoning?
Yeah, like I think people like got sick. I mean,
fuck.
like the bottle was showing up and it was looking real suspect.
Okay. Real quick, so another
Yes.
thing about this, you got to pull the skin off, which I disagree with a lot. How you feel about that?
Okay.
So you want?
This is so gross looking.
So here.
Oh, you're violating it. Ew. Okay.
Yeah, just get your finger under there.
Okay.
You got this. I believe in you.
This feels so wrong.
But it feels so right.
It feels
you-
so wrong.
Have you ever fisted anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but
Have you ever stuck your finger up foreskin?
yes.
Same thing. Except you're gonna rip it off. Have you ever Tommy Pistol?
No.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, is this what you like?
It's so, oh God,
Come on.
this feels so
Get it. Do it. Oh, yeah. It's good. Yeah, that's right.
Ew! It feels like, I don't know, like what I imagine like ripping someone's bladder feels like.
It feels like I'm pulling my balls.
Okay. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's all you
Wait.
gotta do. No, yeah, that's all
Okay.
you. Because the rest is gonna. You wanna wash your hands?
Yes. Ew! That was gross. And it kind of like felt dry too. Gross.
Ooh, parasites. Yay!
But yeah, just to wrap up the little story about the pink sauce. So it ended up having all this like controversy, but then it's like now sold in Walmart. Like
Of course,
she
Walmart
got
takes it.
full on distribution and everything.
Jeez.
I think she like tweaked the recipe or something.
And she probably got a what's it called, a cannery license or something like that, which is really hard to get. You have to go into a building to actually do it out of a place to.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like she was probably doing it out of her house, and that's why like
Yeah.
even more, because if you don't do it right,
Food safety is real.
yeah, it'll go fucked up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stick that in there, and then we're gonna mix it in with it.
With our hands. Why is the hand part necessary? It's not. I feel like you're. I feel like this is like hazing.
This is not hazing. I would be doing it with my hands. I did it with my hands
But like,
earlier.
why can't I just like dip?
Because you want to get in all the nooks and crannies.
But like, if I get a really solid scoop. Okay, fine. Let me just give me a second.
Yeah, just.
I really don't like being dirty.
I mean, we're in porn.
Okay, but like, I don't like being goopy.
Would you like me to do it for you?
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
This is a challenge. I'm
I
being
mean-
challenged.
This is the weakest fear factor ever.
Right? I'm like, ugh, sauce. Oh, no,
After this,
sauce.
she's gonna eat what is it? Animal dicks. God, that was a weird episode.
I feel like I'm okay with eating animal dicks. Like
Did you-
no.
She said it.
Oh no. That's gonna be the like clip for fucking TikTok. Is me going, I would eat animal dick.
At least you said I'd eat animal dicks, and I wouldn't just. You didn't say just like I put it in my mouth, because that sounds way worse.
That's a really weird way of saying he would eat something.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, terrible. See, that's good. Right there.
Okay, but wait, I feel like this. Okay,
There you go.
wash.
Yeah. Cooking with Nathan Fear Factor Edition. Let's just put weird things in your hands. Oh, shit. That's fun. We have fun on here. We have fun.
I mean, the fucked up thing is because I don't cook, you could tell me to do anything and I would be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The problem is I haven't had time to think. Like, if you've ever seen this show, or if you ask anyone who comes on the show, it's
Yeah.
not there's no thing I'm trying to do fucked up. It's literally the questions and me cooking.
Yeah.
I don't have time to think of the other crap,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like I wish I did,
Right.
because that'd be a lot of fun. Just
I'm
like in here,
oh,
like
that seems weird, but okay.
she cut the habanero instead of the jalapeno. She's so stupid. You know, it's like I don't have time to think about that
Idiot sandwich.
because I'm so stoked on the fact that people are
yes,
here.
chef.
I'm literally just stoked that people want to come here and make food
Yeah.
with me. So it's becomes not a viable idea to actually.
I'm always down to eat food. Apparently, animal dicks as well.
Well, you know, every once in a while you just gotta be like, you know what? Animal dicks. Why the fuck
But
not?
like, okay, if you didn't know that they were dicks, would it be as bad? I don't think so. It's only because you know that they're dicks.
Well, I've had testicle before.
Right.
Like Rocky Mountain oysters. I've
Yeah.
had that. It's not bad. It's meaty.
Yeah.
It's a different texture. But I've also had veal brains, and that was good.
Okay.
So like I can only imagine that, but like I think it just depends on the animal, like
Yeah.
and like how it's prepared.
I've had fish testicles, and that's like
Yeah, so.
spermy.
Yeah, it's spermy. It sounds like salty.
Yeah.
It's not. But like, so I can only imagine, like, just seeing that on the Fear Factor when they were just like, oh, we're just gonna eat a whole, like, here's a bunch of like raw animal dicks, and I was like, we're really talking about the times right now. Fear Factor, right?
Well, so I'm going to share a secret with you, and I've never shared this with the internet before because people are very mean.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm scared of, it's like the fucking stupidest shit, but I'm scared of caterpillars.
Okay.
And it's my number one fear ever since I was a kid. Like, I will full on have a mental breakdown if I, like, come close to one or if I see one, I feel ill, you know? And I've always, like, wondered, like, if they put me in, like, a coffin
Full of caterpillars?
full of caterpillars, I would immediately bow out.
Yeah.
Even if I was walking towards the coffin and I saw, no.
You
Like,
know how
done
to,
deal.
do you know how to mead or push down? Yeah, so.
I
start
played
to-
Cooking Mama before.
There you go, Big Cookie Mama. So that's what you're gonna do, and we're gonna smash it down.
Are we supposed to smash it more, or is that...
Smash it, and basically we want to get a nice little ball.
Okay.
Let's get a couple of those actually.
I love smashing balls.
You do so good with it. You into ball busting at all?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've dabbled.
You dabbled in the.
Yeah.
You have fun at that?
It's funny because all of the, like, BDSM stuff I've only ever really done for my personal life. So, I don't know. I think once you... Like, I'm a switch, but I think I veer dom. And, like, to me, it's only sexy if I find the person attractive.
To beat them?
Like, to dom them. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, no, this is, like, sad. You know? It's like you're telling someone, like, oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a loser. And you're like, oh,
Oh,
no.
then you're just being real with them?
Yeah, you know, I'm like, oh, that's, like, kind of... It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a piece of shit, but I'm saying that because you're kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, what? Okay.
So basically what we're trying to do is like smash that down and just like,
Expert level.
dude, I've only been,
More?
huh? So,
Is this good enough? But you
Get in
keep
there.
doing it.
yeah, I'm trying to make it into like, almost trying to get some of these things out. Hey.
Hi.
like-
I'm like watching you.
Know that like I don't cook bread that often, so this is new for
A
me too.
treat.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Okay.
My nom's gonna be a little different size, but yeah, fuck it. That's
Alright.
good. I like that size. Let me take some of this out. Take some of that. So when you got into this, let's go backwards and
Okay.
talk about. You started in corporate with. Can you talk about the company or?
I prefer not to.
No worries, that's fine.
By name, but it is a multi-billion-dollar beverage company.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
And you made the switch over to doing more sexual things. Let's just say, why?
So I moved to New York when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
I moved for college, and I went to NYU for a year, and I realized really quickly, like, wow, this is not what I thought, like, private school education would be like, you know? Like, I had only gone to private, or public school,
Okay.
and so I just kind of envisioned this, like, next level sort of upper education situation, and it really wasn't. And so I decided to leave and just kind of like work for a year, and I transferred into another school that was a little bit cheaper. Wow, this one's like really big.
Yeah, if it's not like that size,
Okay.
just pull some out and stick it in the pile.
Okay. And I was out of school as an 18-year-old, trying to make rent in New York City, which is very difficult. So I got onto Seeking Arrangements, and if you imagine, I'm 30, right? So I'm talking about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
This was
A very different time, funny enough.
very different
Yeah.
time. But this was when Seeking Arrangements had just come out. Like, it
Oh,
was
okay.
the year that Seeking Arrangements
Yeah.
came out. So it was like the Wild Wild West on there. But that was still a time where you could really make money off of that site. And so I started doing that. And one of the things that I learned very quickly was I don't think I was ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was 18. I didn't really, at the time, I was still very bad at, like, setting boundaries and, you know, like, advocating for myself. So I did it for like close to a year, and then I met a man that, outside of that, that ended up being my boyfriend for 7 years. And in that time, I went back to school. I, like, all this stuff happened, and then I got, like, my corporate career and all of that. Then there was this. Basically, I got laid off from my corporate job because there was a crazy reorg, and like 400 people lost their jobs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like, basically, they had the best year ever the year before, and then projected really high sales.
Oh.
So the next year, even though we were making more sales than the year prior, because of the projections, they fell short. People have to get fired.
Gotcha.
So they just cleared out like 400 people. Like, my entire team lost their jobs. You know, it was crazy. And so I was trying to figure out what to do. I started making jewelry, designing and making jewelry. And I was just trying a bunch of different things. I was freelancing, doing freelance marketing. And it just, I was like, you know, I was working at a barber shop. I was working at a spin cycle or a spin studio at the same time. Like, just struggling. And a friend was like, well, you know, you used to do sugaring.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that again? And so here I am in my mid-20s now. And I'm like, okay, well, the first time didn't work out so great.
Yeah.
But I'm also older now, you know? So let me, like, really do this. And so I started just doing sugaring for a bit, and then started to realize I'm wasting my time working these other, like, minimum wage little jobs.
Yeah.
Like, let me just focus all my time into sugaring. So I just started doing that. And then after, I would say, about close to a year again, I felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, let me take the training wheels off. I'm going to become an escort.
Damn. All right.
And, you know, I was really lucky because I already kind of had built an audience. So all I did, and this, like, blows people's mind, all I did was put a Proton mail in my Twitter bio. And that was the beginning of my...
Proton it.
Yeah, it's an email address.
Oh, shit. All right.
So that's all I did, and I put it in my Twitter bio, and that was the beginning of me becoming an escort. And then emails just started coming in. And as they're coming in, I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going and Googling and looking up, okay, how do I screen? How do I do this?
Yeah.
I'm asking my escort friends, how, like, what hotels? Like, what am I supposed to be looking for? And I'm just learning as I go. And I got really lucky because very quickly I, like, built a clientele, and you know, it kind of all led me to here, you know.
So in the idea of like okay, so you have people hitting you up on like just emails. How did you start that process, like a verifying process, and how does that even start?
So screening is really important, and you know, it's all based on the information you ask for. So, like, for me, like, I asked, like, you know, to see their IDs, like, do they have references? If they don't have references, like, employment information, their real phone numbers, and you're cross-checking all this. There's a bunch of different software companies and all of that.
Rough chop that bitch.
Rough chop.
Yeah.
There's all these companies that, like, will, like, help you screen, basically.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not a full fail-safe process, but, you know, we do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was very scary at first, you know, like, because I don't really know what I'm doing. And, like, you know, unfortunately, for the most part, like 95% of clients, maybe 98% of my clients are good. But, like, every now and then, there's, like, one.
You get one bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's not maybe necessarily bad per se. They just maybe made me feel uncomfortable or something like that.
Gotcha.
So, but you know, I've been very lucky.
Good. All right, we need a little more than that.
You said a rough chop.
Rough chop smaller. Because I think
Because this is going into dicing.
Oh,
Is this not?
It's a julienne. No, but like what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make a butter cilantro garlic sauce that goes on the naan bread. But yeah, it looks good. So now we're gonna show you how to pretty much cook garlic.
Okay, I think I know how to do that, but
What?
I think I know how to do that.
Good. Let's see.
I've cooked garlic.
Yeah. You got this. Yeah, fuck it.
When TikTok pasta was a thing, I was making that bitch every fucking day. Do you know about TikTok pasta?
I don't think I do.
So it's just called TikTok pasta because it became popular on TikTok.
Okay.
But it's basically you roast the like block of feta cheese.
Okay.
And then like in the pan you just have like cherry tomatoes around it.
Oh.
You throw like the onions on top.
Gotcha.
And you're just roasting everything. And then once you take it out, you just mash everything together for
Oh,
hot pasta.
yes. Okay. It's a big pan. Like yeah. Okay. It's a
TikTok
casserole
pasta.
dish of that like this. Yeah.
TikTok pasta.
I didn't know that was called a thing. I just know I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
The cooking background in me says, no, don't do it all at once. You're not that piece of shit. Stop it.
It's actually so good.
No, because it is. It's like most dishes
The
you can just do
feta
that.
is-
Yeah.
The feta is so good.
So I want you to cut about, let's do 4 tablespoons. Just go 4 bars back and just cut all the way through, and then we'll just pull out the.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
What the fuck? Okay, didn't think cutting butter was gonna be as difficult as I'm making it. Okay, here we are.
Huh?
Sir?
There you go. All right. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Almost done, kind of done. Not really. It's fantastic.
Just trying to keep the masses entertained.
You know what? I'm definitely gonna end up watching your porn now. And I don't get to watch that much porn anymore, so.
Well, I'm flattered.
Would you mind? Let's see. We'll move this all over because that's gonna go into.
Chubby?
Yeah, give me like not all of it, just like that much.
Okay.
Because it just needs to be kind of like a small amount.
Again, just.
Yeah, like a little over here, like right, a little there, a little, yeah. There you go. So, you seem like a woman who's done a lot of things before you even got in this job.
Yes.
And I mean by that, by like sexually, you've done probably BDSM, you've done stuff with multiple people, this, that. Has there been anything in this job that was new to you that you found that you're like, wow, that was fucking crazy?
Not yet.
No?
I'm also kind of a extreme horny pervert, so most things I'm not like, oh God, I'm like, oh shit, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in my personal life, like, I used to like waterboard my ex with my piss.
Hot.
So like, to just do that for fun.
Yeah, you can't really do that on video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of basic.
Yeah.
Just throw the garlic in there.
But I will say, I did a content shoot with someone, and you know, we really wanted it to be like squirt focused, and I am not a reliable squirter.
Okay.
Like I, for the most part, only squirt from fingers, and not everyone can do it.
No.
It's just, you know, I wish it was that way.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, this squirt focus, we're gonna like really do it. And he's like, you know, really experienced in getting girls to squirt. So he's like, got all this water.
Was he British?
No.
Oh.
Got all this water.
Stir that.
Pedialyte, all this stuff. He's telling me like, okay, do this, do that, and I'm like following all this stuff. And the video looked amazing. Like it looked insane, looks awesome.
Yeah.
I went home and cried.
Why?
Because it was just so taxing on the body.
Yeah.
And I had never been like physically uncomfortable like that, like at work.
Oh, was it just going hard at you?
No. It was my body that was like I was so filled with liquid that my body was cold.
Yeah, Joe.
You know, like my body was cold. I was just like that like uncomfortable full feeling, you know? And like it was just really really difficult. And like especially like, you know, after squirting and stuff, like you've just expelled so much liquid.
Yeah.
So it's like I think there's probably some sort of like release in that as well, and it was just so much. I literally went home and like cried.
Okay.
And like I was staying with a friend, and she was like, "How was it?" And I was like, "I think I'm gonna go cry now." And she was like, "Oh my god, what happened?" I was like, "Oh, nothing. It was just very hard on my body."
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like yeah, like you could really be like in physical discomfort and have to just really work through it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't do anal, so I'm like, damn, the anal girlies who are starving and like all of that and possibly going through discomfort like that, like,
Oh, dude, I've seen.
stronger than the troops.
Dude, I've seen these bitches fucking literally tear their ass or go fucking ice water up their ass, to make the
Yeah.
cut like go away for a bit and then just go right back in there.
Yeah.
And I've shaven my asshole before and cut it, and that sucks. So I can't imagine getting one tear like, you know, up the. Yeah, that's a definitely a gnarly thing to do, and like especially some of these girls do it all the fucking time. Just kudos to them, man, because that's absolutely fucking crazy to see.
I mean, I think like, you know, so many people are so misogynist and say all this like fucked up shit of like, oh, anybody can be a porn star, like all of this, like they're not realizing like it's our bodies that are all on the line.
Well,
like that's like a very real thing. Is like our bodies we're using our bodies, so like getting hurt is very easy, or being sore or all of that. Like I know because I don't live in LA, so when I come to LA, I'm shooting multiple times a day.
Yep.
You know. I was supposed to have 2 today, and I had 1 canceled. I have like two or 3 tomorrow.
Nice.
Every day is like this, and like I'm not gonna lie, like my body since I started like coming out here a lot and shooting a ton, it hasn't been the same just from like soreness.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like I get home and I'm like I just want to not be touched like a week.
Yeah. Now. To those notes, I think those brings up 2 very interesting questions. One, what do you do when you're that sore with your body? I mean, I know a lot of girls they have their own regimen of what they do with their vagina and how they're gonna deal with it, Epsom salt baths, this, that.
Yeah.
But what do you do in particular when you've just done like 2 straight weeks of triples or what the fuck ever you're doing, and like and you go home to where the fuck you are at? What do you do?
I mean, like, so, like you mentioned the Epsom salt baths, like, during, if I'm trying to get through it, like, every night.
Yeah.
I'd probably wake up, do one, and then I'm shooting all day, and then, like, at night, I'll probably do one again. Boric acid for, you know, try to prevent BV and all that. I have all the meds for all the things on hand, just in case. But really, like, when I get home, it's just, like, I need to be horizontal.
Yeah.
I need to be horizontal. I need to not be touched. It's more that. Or if I am touched, it's, like, in a intimate,
like a
cuddly
caressing
way, you know? And not, like...
You're amazing.
Yeah, like, you're a sweet baby angel, you know?
You're not this dirty fuckhole.
Well, I am.
Yeah, but not then. That's not what you want to hear.
Not
then.
always.
Yeah,
you
don't want to
know?
hear that after like you're having a hard day. It's
Right.
like,
Like something just happened. They're like, "You're such a worthless piece of
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah, like when I come home after like a shitty long day, last thing I want to hear is like this chick come to me, "Yeah, daddy, choke me the fuck out and then tie me up in this." No, I'm like, I don't know. I want to play with. I want to have my dog come over and just hug me. So
You're like, let's play fucking Super Smash.
yeah, let's do something stupid and mind numbing.
Yeah, right.
And on the second one, let's chop up like really fine chop that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna dump that in here. And then on the another side of that, I'm not sure if you're in a relationship, but I'm sure you've been in a relationship at some point with this kind of experience. How do you deal with your partners and that feeling of coming back to them when you're just like, don't touch me, and how do you get around that? Because I think everyone who comes in this job ends up going through that process sooner or later, and it's not an easy conversation.
Right. I think the first number one thing is don't be with someone who can't understand that this is your job.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a way where, I come from escorting, which is way harder to find someone to like be okay with versus like doing porn, right? And the thing is, like, you'll find a lot of guys who say they're okay with it.
Oh yeah.
And because they want to be.
Yeah.
Like that's the fantasy, that's the dream of getting this hot porn or like, sex worker to be like your girl, right? But unfortunately, a lot of times, like, even if they don't really plan it, it's like they haven't really experienced it, and then they're going through the motions, and they're like, oh, I'm not okay with this.
Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of, relationship, like dating sort of things where I'm like full on, like, I'm thinking we're like dating, we're like, doing the thing. And then one thing will happen and they're like, oh, actually, yeah, I'm not okay with this. This is like very weird for me.
Yeah.
And it's usually some stupid shit like a man gifts me something nice. Like one time it was a man gave me a Dyson vacuum. And the guy that I was talking to was like, yeah, absolutely not.
Really? That's where you drew the line?
Yeah, or like one time I was talking to a guy and everything was great until I got flown out to Paris. And then it was not cool anymore, So number one thing, pick someone who can really understand that this is your job. But two...
Toss that in there.
Two, I mean, like, I think it's communication. Where do I put this?
There you go.
I think it's communication, like setting like boundaries and, just parameters on how you deal with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially if like you're with someone who's also in the industry, like, and there's like someone I'm talking to who's also in the industry, and like, I think it's a really nice change because like he understands, that it's work.
Yeah.
He understands what it's like to be tired, and it's not something that's like a personal thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like communication, whether it's, hey, do we set aside a certain day that is off limits for shooting, or like, only shoot X amount a week?
Dump that in there.
But yeah, dating as a sex worker is very, very difficult.
It's not easy, right? But I think that brings up that amazing point, which is just, it's not easy no matter what you do. And just because we get all these really fun points of our life doesn't mean it's always that great. And it does become hard. This is a very athletic job,
Yeah, I was on a podcast recently, and we were kind of like arguing about, or not arguing, discussing about whether it's harder to be a female performer or a male performer. What do you think?
What I think, it depends, because that's not a cut and dry thing. It's not at all. There's days where it's harder to be a girl. There's days where it's harder to be a guy. It's not so much me or them or you or us. It's never been about that. What it is there's different points of this job that make it harder for each of us. There's things that you guys have to worry about at the beginning and through the whole career that I don't have to worry about. but there's things that you guys never have to deal with that I have to deal with.
Right.
So it's not an arguing point as much of it's we need to all kind of stand together at a certain point, understand this job can suck really bad, and we need to kind of understand that and not be like, oh, fuck all the guys, or fuck all the girls, or these bitches are crazy, these dudes are assholes. It's not about that.
So how we were like going back and forth, and what I kind of ooh,
all right.
Can't believe I made that.
I know, you're a bad bitch.
But how we kind of agreed upon it is the actual like work of it. So like the shooting of the sex is harder on the guy.
Yeah.
Of like physicality, you know. But
unless the girl's doing double anal at all.
But the total like career, the life of the female performer is way more difficult.
Yeah, and the time.
Time,
you don't,
stigma, all of these things.
You don't have the time that I could have.
Right.
As a male performer, I could be in at 18 and tell them 1,000.
Yeah.
I could sell my old fat ass dick for a while. Fat ass is a stretch, guys. We've all seen it. It's not fat. I'm sorry. It's my old mediocre cock could be fucking you with a pop belly and an old weird mustache.
You're really selling yourself here.
I do. Sell really well. But like that's something that, that's a thing that could happen. I could do it for all. You could not, I mean, look at the one who was probably most successful, was Nina Hartley. It's like you can do it until you fucking can't. And Nina Hartley looked like a fucking piece.
Yeah.
Do you know who she is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like she looked good. Dude. I saw her a couple years ago at AVN. I'm like, God damn, girl. I only hope I can look as good as you at your fucking age.
Yeah.
She still sucks a mean dick, too.
Well, I mean, I think it's always so clear that the, juxtaposition of the two when it comes to blowbangs.
Oh, do tell.
So, in a blowbang, and this is, I'm not speaking about any specific one, this is all of them. You'll see one smoking hot girl, okay, in the center. And so, and she's fully posed, she's doing her thing, And then around her are all these slouchy
dweeby dudes.
Like dudes like this, just really not whatever. Meanwhile, the girl's sucking in and shaking from posing so hard, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, because this is exactly what it is. The women have to be big titties, big ass, perfect, smooth skin, shaved, all these things, lasered. And the men just show up and take a shower.
Well, may I put a point to that?
Yes.
Because usually at the point where you're doing big blowbangs like that, you're getting one of the top girls to come in there and do something like that.
No, I know that, but it's the fact that
and they're all C-list dudes.
I know that, but it's the fact that you can have a career as a man and not be
oh yeah, you can be fat fuck.
Yeah, you can't. You don't have to be muscly.
No.
You don't even have to be tall, which is crazy.
You don't even have
a big dick.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
You too could have a career in porn if you have a tiny dick. All dicks matter.
Welcome to my life.
All dicks matter. Maybe not to me, but yeah, even for me, people call me fat every single day.
Yeah? Oh, online?
Yeah. And I am quite literally a size medium.
Yeah.
So
I was like, have you guys gone to the Midwest?
I'm
bitch, I'd fuck the shit out of you. You ain't wearing a muumuu.
Fat.
This ain't fat?
I just have a big ass and big old titties.
Wait, what were you saying?
Big titties. So easy.
Men are so stupid. Ha! Did you see what I was doing right here?
Yes.
So. Sorry,
I feel like this is the process that they make tortillas.
It's almost, but except when they're making tortillas, they have a machine, this little press.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So,
those are cool.
yeah, that's the big difference there, but kind of the same thing.
Okay.
So pull out another one.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna do this first one, see how this goes. Because I don't have the actual machine to do it.
The naan machine?
Yeah, the one where you stick it up against the wall.
I thought that a machine? I thought it was like a pot.
It's a pot. I'm sorry, not machine, but it's an expensive thing that I do not have because I don't make enough Indian food.
But can you use it for other things?
Yeah, you can cook the chicken in there. It's another way of cooking food.
Is this thin enough, or you want
I'd
more?
keep rolling it, and basically you don't put a lot of pressure on it. You just kind of just kind of roll it over and just go over the whole thing, go back and forth the whole way, and then flip it around, go side to side. So let's see if this works. But yeah, I do find the whole the idea of blowbangs I find are just fascinating, because I had to do them when I was new in the industry.
This is good.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. And it's such a weird thing to go into a room, you don't get to talk to the girl, you know nothing, and you just go and stick your dick in. You want to smash it down, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But and you just go like wait in a line, put your dick in her mouth for 30 seconds, back a line, come back, put your dick in her mouth. It's such a weird thing. Have you done one yet?
Yeah, so I just did my first one.
For
Jules.
Oh, nice. So you probably at least got the solid guys, like the better guys.
I think so. I don't really know, but it was 5 guys.
Uh-huh.
I said up to 6 for my first one, but I think the next one I want to do like 10.
Yeah.
I love sucking dick.
I think the most I did was 16.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do 16.
And that's just me sucking. No, that was Jenna Fox.
Okay. But yeah, it's really interesting because there's just so many things that like they don't really like tell you.
Yeah.
You know, so like right before shooting, Jules is like, okay, a few pointers. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, everyone's going to be hard at different times. So like there's going to be a lag sometimes where like someone's soft. So just keep moving. I'm like, what? And then like when you're there, like it's like totally a thing. Like they're like getting soft like all the time. And they're just like sitting there trying to
just
get hard again.
Dude, was it D. Williams said it really well. Gangbangs or blowbangs is one hard dick while you're trying to get the other one's hard.
Yes.
Because that's what it is. I mean, it's because it's like, dude, you're just in a room with a bunch of dudes. I've been in the room, there's so many guys. I can't see the girl on her knees. And so you're just hoping you're jerking off to a chick foot, but you don't fucking know. And you're just trying to get,
Horrifying.
Yeah. And it's like, or no, what was really nasty is when you do the, like some of the ones where it's gangbangs, but the guys are trying to come the girls as many times as possible. And so you're in there and then you pull out and now you're jerking off with someone's cum.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't want their fucking cum on me. I know. I'm a prude.
Men, that's so hot. I don't know. Again, I'm pervert.
Hey, dude.
I don't know.
To each their own, you know?
I like...
If I liked it, I'd probably be doing better at gangbangs.
True. Yeah, I really want to do a gangbang because I love group sex, but I'm just waiting, playing the game.
Yeah, dude, it's like you've only been in a year. It's like, just let it
but
out.
I want to do one so bad.
Just do it in your personal life then.
I know, but it's not like...
I mean, you could literally ask a bunch of guys in the industry, be like, hey, can you come over and just gangbang me?
Yeah.
I'm sure they would be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, true. But then, like, why not make a video of it and sell it?
Or why don't you, like, just pay all the guys and then do it yourself, and you have the rights to that video.
Yeah, I know. So much involved.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it so hard for a girl to get 5 dicks?
Well, because you want to film it.
True. Okay.
Oh, God, that smells really good.
Ooh, that looks good.
So you're gonna be doing this after.
Yes. Wait, that part.
This is just to show you what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
So you've been paying attention, right? Fantastic.
Well, you're just flipping it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm busy doing my other job.
You're busy. You're a busy woman. Now, let's go back to the blowbang for a second. What did you do to prepare for that? Like, because like it's not something happens to normal people, right?
Depending on.
Not something that happens like 98% of the world. That doesn't shit doesn't happen.
Yes. What did I do to prepare? It's actually funny that you said that. Because I was actually doing a lot to prepare, and people were like, "You really have to prepare for a blowbang." I'm like, "Yes."
You want to start doing these?
Yes. I was watching so many blowbangs.
Okay.
And I was asking around to people for like their favorite blowbangs, like watching those and kind of just taking notes on what I should, you know. Yeah.
Do you want me to scoot this more over this way, buddy? Do you want me to scoot it over? What?
Is this one of those things where I can't flip it?
Oh yeah, basically what you're gonna see, you see these bubbles? You're gonna start seeing bubbles come up, and that's when you flip it. Sorry, that was my fault. I should have explained that.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just watching a ton of blowbangs, making little notes, and like the days before, like I was just hydrating a ton, drinking a ton of like white Gatorade.
White.
So like if I do like gag, it doesn't, it comes out clear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know, guys.
Ho secret. It's also good for squirting. So Pedialyte, all of that. Just make sure you get the white ones, the clear ones.
There you go. Now what I want to do is rub a little of that on top of it.
Okay. This is looking really good.
Yeah, it smells really good, right?
Yeah.
The downside to doing this is if I was doing it myself, I would have like knocked this all out so it all comes out at once, but we can't do that because of the show.
So it's my fault.
No, not your fault. It's the fault, the fact that it's time and this stuff needs to be done like at a certain amount of time, you know? So when it comes to blowbangs, do you like knowing, because I know some girls like to know who they're working with, some girls like the surprise of it. How do you feel about like surprise, or do you want to know each guy?
I don't really care.
Yeah?
I feel like for a blowbang, it's relatively, I don't know, like it's not very intimate, you know, so like it doesn't really matter. I got the list like a day before. Oh, I think I did that too quickly.
Well, you weren't supposed to flip it back the other way.
Ah!
No worries. Just let it sit for a sip and put the next one on.
I didn't realize it was a single flip.
Well, it wasn't a single flip. You flipped it from one side to the other. They're both.
Okay.
Yeah. You put it on and flip it over. I'm done.
Okay.
That's probably pretty good right there.
Mine looks different from that one. That one looks like a pancake. Mine looks...
Well, they both look good on that side. How did, when you came into the job, how was that idea of finding out, like you get booked for a scene maybe a month out, maybe a week out, maybe a day out, but you don't even know about what's in the industry, who you're working with, or like most of the stuff about it until the night before? I'm not sure how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a little different for me too because I don't have an agent. So I've been booking everything on my own.
Gotcha.
And coming from a corporate environment where like we used to do business planning for the next year, like in the summer, in which we would like, you know, like everything's very by the books, very like scheduled and whatever. And so it was really hard for me to go into porn where that's not the case.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm doing everything as I know, like from being a corporate professional. And everyone's like, bro, why are you being so professional? I'm like,
Did you show up like 30 minutes before?
No, like I try to show up like, you know, 15 minutes before. But I usually just end up being the first person on set.
I see. I used to always show up like 30 minutes because that's like if you're early, if you're on time, you're late, and if you're early, you're on time. And so that's what I went by, and then I started getting yelled at by directors. Like, what are you here to fucking hit the girl? Like, no, I was here so I wasn't fucking late, dick.
To hit on the girl, and like, you know, just like getting a call sheet the day before, and you're like, oh, cool, like it would have been nice to get this before so I can like, I don't know, prepare. Yeah. For things. So that's been kind of an interesting. How do I know? I can't tell. Sorry. You can't see the bubbles.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So that was different. But you know, you adjust. You learn as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think that's something that's very positive take away from this job, or from like people come into it. Because if you've been in for a year, it's a good amount of time. Because girls only last about 6 months. You know, usually they're going to get out. So you going in for a year and actually like coming in, okay, I got to change this. It's like.
Well, so this was never the plan.
Yeah. It wasn't my plan either.
No. Like, Jules Jordan sent me a DM, asked me, do you want to be in a porn? First thing I wanted to say was no.
Yeah.
But then I was like, let me think about it. And, you know, like, I was like, well, this is like a really crazy opportunity. He's a really big person. And, you know, at the end of the day, it would make for a great fucking story.
Yep.
That, like, well, oh, I did one porn once and, you know, Grandma did a porn, you know? Like, everyone's like, okay, go to sleep, you know? And so I was like, fuck it, do it. Do the one.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be funny, you know? I did the one, and immediately it was, like, front page trending on multiple tube sites. And within like a few days, it was like millions of views. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
You know? And so then it was like, okay, well, I'm a very like numbers and analytics person, and I'm seeing, okay, the numbers are there, but let's try. No.
Hey, no worries.
I'm like, should I reflip?
Hey, if you want to reflip it.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Maybe that's just a fluke. You know, let's do it again. And before I even left California, Jules was like, hey, we should shoot again. The next time you're in California, let's shoot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I thought it was really weird because it was like randomly, in the middle of the night, he's like texting me that. And I'm like, I wonder if he's like editing it or something.
Was he?
And he's like editing and like being like, oh, there's something here,
Yeah.
you know? And so when things started taking off, I was like, okay, so I know that he wants to shoot with me again, so maybe let's try it. And so he asked me, actually, he was like, well, who do you want to shoot with? And I was like, I don't really know, but I do know that, like, every single day I get hounded to shoot with Dredd and Manuel.
Yep.
Every day. And he was like, okay. So those were my second and third scenes. Where my second one was with
Dredd's
Dredd.
lovely, right?
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
Love him. Everybody loves Dredd.
Yeah.
He's such a sweet guy. My second scene was with Dredd, and my third one was with Manuel. And of course, you know, those did the damn thing as you know. You
Did
can
Manuel
expect.
talk your ear off about Super Smash Brothers?
No, no. I have not gone down the anime
With him?
weeboo thing. He did like say something about it, and I was like, "Are you a weeb?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like,
Oh, dude, it's funny because I've seen some of his, like, I didn't know he was in anime and whatnot, and then I've seen
his character things, like the models.
Yeah,
It's so
but
funny.
I've seen him like sitting there, like he's like gaming at a computer, and he's got like I don't know that much about anime, but he's got like one of the characters. What's the pirate ship one?
One Piece.
Yeah, I think he's got like a One Piece outfit on. He's like, I was like, this is awesome.
Wait, he has a One Piece outfit on?
I think so in one of the things. I don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure
Oh
it
my
was.
god, was he dressed up as Luffy? That would be hilarious, probably. That's hilarious.
Also, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna sear off these in a pan, and then we're gonna stick them in the oven
Okay.
because they're big pieces of chicken. So.
Okay. True. Yeah. And those, like, you know, went off. So then I was like, I think I need to actually do this. And, you know, I was really lucky because of having so many friends in the industry and having everyone basically be like, dude, you're gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah.
Like, there is a need for someone that looks like you right now.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you have it, you know? And like, specifically, I remember Asa hit me up because she was like, are you doing porn now? And I know Asa from being like New York outside of the industry, you know, like we have mutual friends outside of the industry. So she was like, are you doing porn now? And I was like, oh, yeah, I think so, you know? And she's like, dude, you're gonna fucking kill it. Like, there hasn't been, like, a big Asian star like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, dude, you have what it takes. And basically was like, you're gonna be the next Asa Akira. And I started crying. Because it's like, you know, for someone like me, an Asian sex worker, like, Asa Akira is Asa Akira. She's Asa Akira. Like, you know, you don't really have to explain anymore. She paved the way for the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just immediately started crying, and I was like, oh, so I'm crying. She's like, oh, stop. You know?
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Like, she's so humble all the time.
Oh, wait, flip it over first.
And yeah, so she was like, you know, she was so encouraging and everything. And I was like, okay, well, if someone like that is telling me that I have it, then I should probably believe in myself, because that's the only person that's not believing in myself right now. But yeah, it's been crazy. It started from let's do the one, and then let's do another one, to then I was like, let's do this for a year, and now we've done this for a year. We won a trophy.
Oh, congrats! Which one?
Pornhub Award for favorite inked model.
High five! Good for you.
Yeah, so that was kind of crazy. You know, it's been good. It's been good.
Nice. Congratulations.
She's learning, she's growing, she's changing. The plans are always changing.
You're blossoming to a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
A beautiful porn dick-taking butterfly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you go with this? But yeah, I've been really lucky. Really
Good,
lucky.
man.
And it's really insane to like enter a new thing and all of a sudden everybody knows who I am, which is strange.
It's a weird feeling, right?
Like, and I don't mean just like audience, like fans.
Yeah.
Like my first AVN, this past one, you know, I was signing at Jules' booth, which I didn't realize was a big deal.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Until it was Isaiah Maxwell that actually was like, dude, you have no idea. Like, girls shoot for him all the time and don't get asked.
Yeah.
Be at the booth, you know, like. So it was like a very crazy thing for me, because I thought I was going to be at AVN and no one was going to know who I was. And I had all this talent coming up to me like, I'm sorry, are you Connie? And I'm like, me? I'm not Asa Akira, you know?
Question, when that happened, was there any times that there was a person came up to you that you've watched porn of and you were kind of a fan of, and they're like,
all the time.
like, well, like, give me a story.
Like immediately. Brazzers party. Demi Sutra comes up to me and she goes, oh my God, you are one of my favorite porn stars right now. And I literally fell to the floor.
Aw.
I was like, you know who I am? You know? And like, you know, just having these conversations with people, like talent, and everyone's like, dude, everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you came out of nowhere, and like, you don't have an agent, and you're shooting for all these big companies. Like, everybody knows who you are, you know? So it's been kind of fun. It's been really fun. Like, I describe it as kind of like a horny, summer camp sort of vibe. You know, everyone knows each other. Everyone's like fucking.
Everyone's fucked each other.
Everyone's fucked each other, and like, I don't know, we're all kind of like social outcasts. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dirtbag shit.
Dirtbag people doing dirtbag shit.
Yeah, right? Alrighty.
That's good.
Yay! Okay, but like, it's still like puffy. Do I poke it?
No, yeah, that's basically once it's
good puffy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what the dough's supposed to do.
Oh, okay. She's thick. Ah!
See, because it hot. So.
It's crazy. This pink sauce looks exactly like the pink sauce.
Ugh, so I didn't tell you.
We're actually making pink sauce.
We're making some pink sauce today. So this is a switch. All right. No problem. So this is gonna be a kind of a trial and error thing, because I was planning to do this on the grill.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this doesn't smoke too badly.
Can't wait to eat those. I haven't eaten today.
Oh no, we ate.
Like, I feel like you were talking about you cooked.
Yeah, but
today.
what we cooked was like dessert food in the morning, so yeah.
Dessert food. What?
See that sheet right there? Pull those scissors off and take that thing.
What is this for?
That's gonna make it so you don't get oil sprayed on your tits.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait. So when I do cook, I always burn myself.
Yeah.
Because I always
We'll put that up, put it over the top so it doesn't spray you.
I cook naked like an asshole.
Oh, I do too.
So
You know,
like
it's called bacon kisses.
I literally have like this like scar
Yeah.
from I was cooking and hot oil splashed my titty. And it's been months. And I think it's just there now.
Let's see.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's gonna be there for a bit. Yeah.
It's been at least 6 months.
I'm sure you use fucking like what is it, cocoa butter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to actually do something about it. I just complain.
I don't put anything. My skin's just perfect all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those perfect people.
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously. We can see. Okay.
Said no lies.
Here's a thing that I like to ask. So, what in the industry has happened that is like I didn't expect that? Like what? Like something that like happened on set you weren't prepared for or didn't know it was going to be like that.
All of it.
Yeah. Can you give us some examples?
I mean, my first scene. So like, imagine my shock as someone who has had sex professionally for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm having sex with one person, and I'm like bad at it.
It's a weird, right?
I was like, what? This is the one thing I'm fucking good at. It's my only skill.
I'm glad you said it because everyone comes to the job is like, I'm fucking good at this, and then you immediately get thrown to the fucking floor.
But not only that, it's like to come from a job where I'm doing this every fucking day, multiple times a day. Like I'm good at this. Like I've like the empirical evidence is that I'm good at this.
Yeah.
And then I'm shooting. And like, you know, I would talk about it with people, and people are like, well, is it because, like, you know, there's a lot of people on set? I'm like, it was one other person.
Yeah.
It was me, Jules, and a cameraman. And I have never in my life felt less sexy.
Yep.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, oh, how'd it go? I'm like, I blacked out. I have no fucking clue. I'm like, I was dry as hell because I was just so in my head. I was so, like, nervous.
It's one of the most amazing things from me doing, I've been doing because I'm 7.5 years deep now. The hardest thing to do is get out of your own fucking head. Because if you can get out of your head, it's just sex.
Right.
You know, the guy moves you here,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's such a pain in the ass to do that,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like, kudos to anyone who can just do it. Like, Adrian Chechik was amazing at that. Just fucking, I don't give a fuck. Let me snort my squirt off your chest. Weird chick.
I mean,
love
like,
it.
Like, it's also, I don't know, because, like, when I talk about it, people are like, why do you think you did that? And I was like, because when I'm working normally, it's me and one person.
Yeah.
And it's so much, there's so much talking. There's so much intimacy.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling the whole thing. I'm in control of the whole thing, right? And it's real because it's behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And it's just us in this moment.
And you don't have to feel that awkwardness.
And all of a sudden, there's someone here.
Yeah.
Like right now. Someone here.
Yeah.
And now, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, am I opening up?
Yeah.
What do I sound like? What is my face doing?
Did I just really say that?
Am I making eye contact? Oh, and also, like, you know, one thing I actually do really enjoy is, like, when you work with a good male performer, they're, like, actually doing their job. They're moving you, they're adjusting you, they're, like, you know, choreographing the thing as they're supposed to, right? So, like, Jules is doing this, but I've never shot porn before. So he's, like, full-on twisting my body, you know, this thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa, that's, like, a weird situation, you know? And then so I'm, like, contorted in a way that I've never been contorted. And then I'm worried about what does my face look like, you know, and I'm like, oh, maybe I haven't made enough sound in a bit. I'm focusing on that, you know, there's just so many things going on. And then it just becomes this clusterfuck of like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Literally what just happened, you know?
I like that. Am I making sounds? Am I doing this? Am I making enough of this? What was my face just right then?
And like, people don't want to like think about that.
No.
Because they want to think, oh, it's just sexy. And it, like, a lot of times it is, right? It's just like, especially in a gonzo scene, you're just going at it, like, whatever. We love that. But a lot of times you have to think about these things,
Yeah.
you know? Like one thing for me that I've been trying to work on for, I guess, the last year is like being more vocal. You know, like,
yeah.
because people don't realize normal people are not talking their ass off during
No.
sex because it requires like
Stop.
thinking, you know? So like, I'm like a full-blown like bimbo slut, okay? So when I'm getting fucked, there's literally nothing going on.
Yeah.
So like, it's been so hard to like try to get these like words in, you know? Because it's just like, it's not a natural thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's when you do the research and you're like taking notes and
Yeah.
like, you know, basically just gooning porn.
Yes.
And then, you know, incorporating that into your own stuff.
So would you say that some of the stuff you've got, the reason you've gotten better at this is because you're the researching, like watching more porn, doing stuff like that?
Researching, and also just working with people.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of the most like fruitful learning experiences have just been doing collabs with other people and just seeing how people are working and just taking notes, you know, like I just shot content with April Olsen earlier today, and like at the end of it, like, you know, we did a pegging scene and whatever, and you know, she's amazing and just a total angel, but I was just like, you are so good.
Yeah. She's amazing, dude.
Like you're so good at talking, your energy, like, you know, and it's like working with people and seeing it in real life, and then like, oh, okay, like this is what I'm supposed to be trying to do. Let me try to like, you know, get some of that energy out. But also even just asking, you know, like one of my first collabs was with Valerica Steele and Kaya Eve, and both of those girls are just fucking phenomenal with dirty talking.
Oh yeah.
And just they were so on top of it, and I immediately after I was like, do you have like some pointers or whatever, like how do I get to there? Because I know that there's a gap and I want to fill that gap.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of about being proactive, of like being in a learning space, you know, like I acknowledge that I'm doing something new. I acknowledge that I'm coming into an industry with decades and decades of history and all of that. And so I am not so egocentric that I can't say I'm a nobody, I don't know what I'm doing, teach me what I should be doing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, I think it's really funny because it took me a really long time to even like kind of ask for stuff on set.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, literally, I remember for my scene with Manuel, like, you know, I'm nervous because it's Manuel Star.
Yeah. He's kind of a big deal.
He's a big fucking deal. And, you know, he's like, oh, like, what do you like? You know, because Jules is like, oh, like, what, you know, what would you guys like to do? And he's like, oh, what would you like? And I literally was like, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just happy to be here. And literally that was how I, like, every set for, like, my first, I would say, like, 5 scenes was, hey, thanks for having me, you know? And over time, like, getting more comfortable with, like, oh, I'm the star.
Yeah.
I can ask for stuff. I can, like, be like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't have to do everything.
You don't have to do things, you know?
You want to see how the chickens look on the other side?
Yes. Ah! I felt it.
Let's leave it on that side for a while because we kind of want to have some black
Okay.
spots on it.
Okay.
So flip that one back over.
Double flip. I was definitely burning myself. Yay.
So when it comes to like being on set, camera people, big companies, like you already said, like there's so many so many things that you learn. It's like secrets of the industry, if you will, you know? What's some other cool stuff that you've learned? Just something that you like, if you had to go back and tell yourself like before you jumped in this, hey, this shit happens, or this shit happens, or this shit happens, like, what would you go with? Like, what would you tell yourself? Yeah.
I would tell myself that none of this shit matters. You know? So one of the weirdest byproducts of me starting porn that I would never thought would be a thing was, you know, coming from an escort background where everything that you present of yourself is super curated.
Yes.
Right? Very high end, beautiful photos, all of this. To going into an environment where porn is definitely an industry where you will see yourself looking fucking awful.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just what it is.
How do you like the red carpet photos?
No, I'm not talking about red
I
carpet.
know.
I'm talking about just basic, like, watching yourself in a
Yeah.
shoot and you're like, oh my God, why was I doing that? You know? And so my first scene, I watched it, I looked so uncomfortable, first off. And, you know, they're shooting from this angle.
Oh.
Porn angle.
Yeah.
Right? I looked like a fucking volleyball, okay, in the face.
Yeah.
This was all just, like, that's all I was looking at, you know? So I'm horrified.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start spiraling about, like, you know, I just did this thing that is now out there for millions of people to see, and I look fucking awful, you know? And instead, I was like, wait, I'm reading the comments and stuff, and I'm like, I look awful, yet people still like me.
Yep.
Oh, they're not looking at my face.
No. And we'll put them in the pan.
When there's all of this, they're not looking at my fucking face. They don't give a shit about my neck or my chin.
Come on.
I thought you wanted me to flip it.
I flip it on the other side. There we go. There it is. Sweet.
Scary. Yeah, where I was like, oh shit, like they're not looking at my face. And also like, you know, now there's this awful evidence of me looking haggard. Haggard. Not haggard.
Hagrid.
I look like Hagrid.
Someone get done watching Harry Potter.
And haggard.
Go for that,
And like, now that it's out there, now I don't have to like be stressed about it.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah.
People now have seen me like this.
Not only does it exist, it's gonna be there for fucking ever.
It's just like, okay, if you shit yourself in the grocery store, and all of a sudden everybody like is like, okay, well you shat yourself in the grocery store. Is anything more embarrassing after?
No.
You know, like if you trip after you shat yourself, are you gonna be like, oh fuck, I tripped? No, you're gonna be like, oh no, I shat myself.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's
Porn is my shitting myself.
No, it's this job
I swear I like this job.
This job kind of makes you realize that if you have an ego, it's gonna take that away half the time.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much of you out there doing dumb faces and dumb shit and just doing the stupidest stuff. It's like, how am I supposed to feel like, what? Like,
Just embarrassing shit.
Yeah.
You know, like even sometimes it could be like you said something weird. And the one, you can do a great scene, and the one thing people will focus on is the weird thing that you said.
Have you ever been doing a scene and all of a sudden you said something, you're like, oh, that'd be sexy set, and then you're like, did I really just fucking say that? That was the dumbest shit.
So yesterday, I was shooting content with someone, and it wasn't that I said something dumb.
Yeah.
It was, as it was coming out, it sounded like a different word. So then I was like, oh fuck, because now I need to like fix it.
Yeah.
You know? So I was trying to say something about like filling me with cum.
Okay.
But instead of fill, it came out as feel.
Okay. Yeah. Like
So
it.
then I was like, oh, feel. And I was like, oh fuck. And then so I'm like trying to piece together a sentence to I'm like, feel you so deep inside of me.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, damn, that's not even that bad.
No.
But like, the second it comes out, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was dumb.
How do I, And I mean, to be fair, it happens a lot with my clients who, like, they're not used to having, like, like this, like, porn caliber sex or whatever, right? And, like, so, they're, like, interfacing with a really hot girl. So they get, just horny brained.
Yeah.
And then they'll just blurt something
Oh,
out.
it's
And it's like, and then you're like, okay, like, I have this client a lot of times where he'll be like, oh yeah, I want to suck your dick. And I'm like, I don't have one. And it's like, he's trying to say, I want you to suck my dick, but then he just starts saying, I want to suck your dick.
Yeah.
Or like, he'll be saying something, my pussy. And I'm like, you mean my pussy?
Yeah.
And it kind of takes you out for a sec, because you're like, not quite.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there, buddy. I was there.
But it happens, horny brain.
Yeah.
Horny brain.
Yeah, it's the talking is one of my favorite things about this job, and one of the most hated, because as a male performer, there are some days they don't want you to talk at all. There's some days they want you to talk a little bit. There's some days they want you to talk a lot more. But nobody tells me before a scene, so I just get yelled at in the middle of the scene, like,
oh, really?
Nathan, say more shit. What are you, fucking deaf? And something like that, or or it's like, I had one yesterday where like, Nathan, no more talking from you. I'm like, she said she wanted to be dumb. Okay.
I'm just saying for myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm watching porn and I'm like, this man needs to shut the fuck up.
Well,
why is he so loud?
Dude, there's some guys who are good at it, some guys who are bad at it, some guys talk too much, some guys talk too little. But it's like, it's again, every day you don't really know what you're doing when you come to a set, because they don't tell us. They just we're doing this. Okay, so just improv the rest of it?
Yeah. Yeah, the speaking is really fucking hard.
Yeah, and it can take people completely out of the whole thing by doing
Because
it.
you're thinking.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing, is you're having sex at the same time, and then you're trying to form sentences.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this happen a lot with other performers, and I try really hard to like not, kind of fall into it, is you start, because you're trialing a bunch of things, right? And then you choose the few things that you're like, okay, that's a thing that I say.
Yeah.
But then when you just default to the same things in every single scene, like, it just kind of loses its shine.
Yes.
Because certain things when you say, it'll be like super horny, super dirty, whatever, right? And you're like, yeah, that's fucking hot.
Yeah.
But then you're saying it over and over, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're an insatiable slut, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I want to breed you.
Yeah, you dirty whore.
What's something that used to be like the hot word for you, and now it's just like, eh?
I don't really have anything like that.
No? Or something that you started off saying that you thought was really hot, and then it's like, no. No?
No, nothing at all. No. I kind of like it all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Again, just a fucking little perv.
yeah.
I'm just a gooner. That's what it is. I'm just a gooner, but I'm in a hot girl body. So it's confusing.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like I have actual like gooning sessions. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, I know. When I'm really depressed, I just fucking going at it.
Just before this job, how much you masturbate? Do you still masturbate more than that?
Same amount.
Same amount?
Yeah.
Multiple times a day or just once?
Multiple times.
Nice.
Every single day.
Damn. Hands or Hitachi?
Hands. And Hitachi.
Really?
But I feel like the Hitachi does desensitize shit a bit. If you're
try
going
flipping
a
it.
little too, if you're going a little too hard, like the next like few days, it's kind of desensitized. So I try to, bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do watch a lot of porn.
Yeah. So, let's say you got the day off, right? You're feeling horny, you're getting going. What do you have any go-to things that you like to watch?
Gangbang.
Gangbang? Do you have any particular companies?
No, not really. I think it's more about energy. And like, I'm very particular about what the girl looks like too. So I'm like, certain things I'm like, I'm just not attracted to this girl.
What do you like looking for? Girls. What are you?
Big ass, big titties, big lips, just bimbo girls, full glam, and like a confidence thing. There's an energy thing. You know, like I think my favorite performers are just like they just ooze. Like you can tell that they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Just huge, but also like I don't know. They just ooze this like sexual energy, and like that's really hot to me.
Oh, yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, so that's what I look for.
Okay.
You know?
So who's like some of the girls that you go for if you were looking for a good gangbanging?
Just off the top of my head, there's like the one that Vanessa Vega did.
Oh.
That was really hot.
Vanessa Vega will bring some hairs up, man. She,
Yeah.
I've worked with her a couple times, man. Every time I work with her, it's like, I want to do terrible things, dude.
Yeah. And like, you know, I love like obviously like Asa and like, you know, Katrina Jade. You know.
Yeah.
I just like girls who are like clearly unhinged.
Yeah. it as a male performer, those days are my favorite days.
Yeah.
Because like girls that are like that aren't really accepted in most society because they're here. Oh, those are good scenes. Oh.
Yeah.
You may stab me. I'm into it right now.
So yeah, gangbangs. There was a moment where I was really into like HD pussy eating videos. I was into that for a bit. What other things? I like blowbangs in theory, but then like halfway I'm like, this is boring.
Yeah.
They should start fucking.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing after a while.
Yeah, like my main issue with my blowbang, like going into it, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna not fuck these guys?
Yeah.
I literally was so concerned that I would not be able to not fuck them. Because I'm like, I can't be held liable for the things that I do when I'm horny.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, you know, when their hands are on, I don't know. But the whole time I was like, just don't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's not what you're getting paid to do. Don't do it.
Let's see where we're at. Flip that in.
I'm like standing so far away.
Sweet.
There was the Vicky Chase, I think it was Deeper Blowbang, super fucking hot. The one where she's like in a an insane asylum or a prison one, so hot.
That's right, guy has to do that. So blowbangs, gangbangs are definitely some of the fortes for you, huh? Mm-hmm. What let's see. Wow, my brain has gone numb. That's nice. That's nice. You've been a lovely person to chat with, by the way.
Thanks.
It's been fun. What? Okay. Let me pull this thing out.
Blowbangs.
Yeah, blowbangs. Gangbangs.
Follow-up question.
There was one there. Now it's gone. Let's actually, real quick, complete change of pace on this one.
Yes.
Tits.
Yes. What about them?
When did you decide to go big?
I've only had these for like a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
So how big were they before that?
So they were still like double D's. Mm-hmm. But it was really that I was losing volume on the top. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I have money. Let's get implants.
Why not?
And then when it came down to the size, I'm like, well, I'm gonna get the biggest size that I can get.
Yeah.
Because that's how I do stuff. So, 800 cc.
God damn.
Yeah.
You ever think about going bigger than that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think eventually. I think I'm good with them for now.
Yeah, they
And then like as I like
they look like fun things.
well, so like as I get closer to like not having to work, I just want to like full on go straight bimbofication project, you know? Yay, this looks so good.
Yep. And also there's that little spicy sauce.
Ooh, some sauce.
Yeah. Would you like to dig in?
Utensils, maybe?
No. Yeah, I'll get you. We use our hands here. We're not fancy.
Is that why you had me put my hands in pink sauce?
Oh, all day. There's that.
I also don't really know how to use.
What?
Okay, so I'm about to reveal something very embarrassing about
Let's
myself.
go for it.
And I can't believe I'm sharing this publicly.
Well, don't worry. We're good friends and no one's watching.
I don't really know how to properly use a knife.
You know what's funny? There's so many times where I forget what side I put it on.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your dominant hand?
That's the knife?
Usually for me, it's like if I'm using any of my knives, I use my dominant hand for that, and I use this for holding.
Okay.
So if I may, it's like
Yeah, do
so
it.
if I'm here, this. Let's see. Where's,
Nathan. So it's this really funny thing that like whenever I go to dinner or any meal with a man, he's cutting up my food.
oh,
No matter who he is, because I'm just like clearly an infant baby and can't cut up my own food.
so there's that. And basically, you break off a piece of that naan, some of that rice, maybe put some sauce on it. It's good to go.
Should I put the sauce like directly on the chicken? Or does it
I'd
matter?
say basically like a taco. Grab some, grab that, a little sauce.
Okay. What? I'm switching it up. First meal of the day.
Hopefully it's good. How's it? Is it good? Mm-hmm. Fucking sweet.
Wow, I really did that.
Dude, you did all this.
I really did that. I'm so glad it was my idea.
Yeah, fucking A. You know, you came in here like, I want this. And I was like, I got you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you know, talk about making dreams happen right there. Shit, I need a fork now. Fuck.
The naan.
Is the naan good? Mm-hmm. I'm so stoked about the fucking naan. I'm more stoked about the naan than the fucking chicken.
Well, I really feel like when it comes to like carbs, making it fresh makes such a big difference.
Oh, so much.
You know, like
Also,
homemade pasta.
I wish this could be warmer, but yeah. I know.
It's perfect. Don't nitpick. It's perfect. He's about to nitpick.
Oh man. I wasn't sure about that. I'm 100% sure about it now.
Really well.
That works so well with this. I'm a little bummed out I wasn't able to make the other one. There was another sauce I was supposed to make too. Just didn't have the time. It's nice though. It's got some flavor to it. It would have definitely been better if I would cook this, like let it marinate overnight.
He's nitpicking.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I hate myself. Fucking stupid ass food. Now yours, you did amazing. Good job. So we can keep eating this food and get the fuck off this thing. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you? Look in that camera.
Wait, I have a bunch of food in my mouth.
No worries, it's not there. Oh, let me see. See. Yeah. Good. Get that one. There we go. Good to go.
Teamwork.
So tell them where they can find you, what's come up new, all the stuff. Let them know.
Yeah, you can find me on OnlyFans. It's onlycons, CONNS.com. You can find me on Twitter, Perignon, CONNPERIGNON. My Instagram is Connie Perignon. It's just the name spelled out. What's coming out? Hopefully a lot. I'm moving to LA, so yeah.
Yay.
Yay! So hopefully you're gonna be shooting a lot more and have a bunch of exciting little projects, personal projects that I'm working on. So yeah.
Congratulations! Thank you so much for coming on, making
Thank
this
you.
amazing fucking food.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has actually been just a delight. Delight meeting you for the first time,
Yeah.
and actually it's been a lot of fun actually getting to talk to you. And getting to know you.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
Also, hey Judy, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. You're shit. You're the shit, not a shit. Thank you so much, Judy. And guys, also, thank you so much for coming on or watching another episode of Cooking with Nathan. I love all you guys. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, follow, and check out the OnlyFriends page, because if you jump on that actually helps us be able to make more and better episodes for you. Having cool people like this lovely lady on the episode and making her cook some awesome things. So please help us out with that. And also check out the merch store. This is on the merch store. This shirt feels great. And I'm not saying that. I actually bought it and I was like, I wasn't actually expecting much. Feel it. It's a nice material.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is nice.
Right? And I was like,
also.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
what?
Keeping it professional.
Touch me.
Touch me, please. Please touch me.
But guys, tune in next week. New episode coming out every week. I'll see you guys all there. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.